And we are live in Studio A this afternoon with Needtobreathe. It's so good to see you again. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We got some catching up to do and hear about this brand new album that's counting down the days, right, for the official release. 35 days to go. A couple songs out there already. We'll talk about that and where it all started and some Wilder Woods as well.
Nice.
And all sorts of good stuff. And we'll have some tickets to give away after each song that they do for us today. And we're also live on Facebook and YouTube. If you can't watch it now, you can check it out later on our website or through Facebook. And, well, let's get warmed up with the song, and we'll come back and chat. What's this first one you're going to do?
It's called Long Surrender. It's the title of the new record. It's like when it finds you in the bottom of a ship going down. It's the blood on the Bible, memories chasing you down. It's the kindness of strangers, the patience of love while you heal. It's the giving in slowly, it's the long winding loss of your will. It's the long surrender on our knees where heaven is found. We will you turn the weight of our sorrows into a crown. It's the blue of the morning, the city is burned to the ground. It's the knowing that everything rises from the hem of your gown. Weakness of man, there lies a power so fine. No weapon can break it, no circumstance can change our mind. It's the long surrender on our knees. We will wait, we're lost and weary, while you turn the weight of our sorrows into a crown. It's the long surrender on our knees where heaven is found. We will wait, we're lost and weary, while you turn the weight of our sorrow into a crown. While you turn the weight of our sorrow into a crown.
That is Needtobreathe, live from Studio A, live on Facebook and YouTube. And the title track to the brand new album, their 10th studio album, The Long Surrender. Have you played that one yet on the radio? Or is this
I
your
don't
first
think-
time?
Maybe one other time,
Yeah,
but it's still pretty
Ah,
new.
I was hoping to have it a radio debut.
It's the first time we played it in Columbus.
Okay.
So there you go.
That I'll take it.
Yeah.
Time was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, maybe.
So
Yeah.
I know. I like to be the first. I'm just kidding. But so beautiful. And it's an acoustic tour, right? And Mershon Auditorium is a place. What's the setup? You know, our little intimate session here today, but is it sort of
it's louder than that. I mean, we joke it's barely
acoustic?
Yeah. I mean, this difference I think is a lot more conversation, and we're sitting down when we play, so it's different than our normal live show. But it's still got energy to it. We've got 7 people on stage playing, steel
Nice.
player and bass player with us, and Bree Kennedy is an artist who's out singing with us as well. So like it's a big sound.
cool. And we love our little intimate session here this afternoon, presented by the Greater Columbus Arts Council. Did I do that ticket giveaway yet, Mike? I didn't. I always forget right after the song. 614-821-9223. Caller number 3 for the show tonight at Mershon Auditorium. There's no opener, right? It's an evening with...
There is actually. We got a guy named Philip Bowen.
Okay.
And
He's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah,
I
he's very
didn't.
great.
I didn't catch that on my thing here. But anyway, so the new album, the in high demand producer Dave Cobb you worked with.
Yeah.
Is this the first time working with him?
We had done one song for a movie years ago with him, so I knew him a little bit, but we never like really worked on a record or anything like that.
What was the movie?
Oh man,
Do you remember? Indie movie?
Oh,
or-
it was the
it was a heavy movie.
yeah.
Golly, it's been so long.
I can't remember. Oh man, I remember y'all went to the
Okay.
It's
preview.
called Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Birth of a Nation. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was. It was just totally different. I think that was more like, hey, we got this song. He was doing the whole soundtrack for,
gotcha.
like he still does actually with a lot of movies. But so it was quick in and out, and we had already done most of the song I think when we went to him. So it's a little different.
Nice. And so in his studio in Nashville?
It was in Nashville. Now it's in Savannah. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
he's moved back home for him, and he has an insane setup down there.
I'm
of
sure.
course.
It's a whole old church that he's like
I
totally
love
gutted,
hearing
and
that,
it's
yeah.
tall ceilings, and there's a lot of magic in the room for sure. So we were one of the first artists that got to record there. It's pretty new to him too.
And it's
So
new
so he's figuring out a lot of stuff in it. We got to figure out some of that. and
That's
help
cool.
him get ready for other artists too.
So did you have like, a hard start and stop time thing,
No, it was interesting. I mean, even the whole, I don't know if you're talking about daily or you're talking about but we weren't trying to make a record this time around. It wasn't in our plans at first. I had a song that I'd played to Brandon of the Red Clay Strays, and I loved the song. And me and him go back. We friends from well before they had any success. He was a bar band kid when I knew him.
Oh, wow.
And he's always been a fan of the band. They've always put up covers of us and stuff like that as they've kind of gotten bigger. And so I played him a song called Mama Loves Me. He liked it, and I was like, why don't you sing on it? It was great, whatever.
Yeah.
So they're making a record with Dave is why we went down there to do the first song. There was no thought of making an album or anything. We just weren't in the timing to do one. I'd written a bunch, but I just wasn't sure what it was and all that. So that turned into him. I played Dave some demos while we were down there. He's like, you should come back. Let's do a couple more songs. It was really loose. It's like, maybe this will be an EP or whatever. We were independent at the time, and we pretty much decided we were going to be independent forever. Mm-hmm. We're like, we don't need this label to do this. I don't know why, So we go back down there, and then that's when the sort of like magic thing happened. Probably 3 or 4 days into it, we found ourselves like writing songs. I was writing songs the morning before I'd go over to the studio, and Dave liked them. I was like, let's cut it right now. This very immediate
Nice.
kind of thing. So same day, kind of like we'd go back to the Airbnb after and be like, I think all that happened today, and it felt lyrically all in the same direction. I don't know if I've ever felt that way in all these 10 records where the whole band was kind of going through this similar kind of thing in life. I was like coming out of a tough time, and just so all this content I think that I was writing about started to feel like different windows into the same house, and I think he felt that. And so like a few days in, we're looking at each other and I'm like, does this feel like more than a EP? Like this doesn't feel right to me he's like, yeah, I think it's a record. And so next thing you know, it's like we're coming back a couple weeks later, we go back and the whole record's wrapped in I mean, not very long. And most of the songs on the record were written in that sort of 7 or 8 month period of us deciding to make it and finishing it. So yeah, kind of a magical kind of time.
Just fell into the right place at the right time. Isn't that funny how it works out that way sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in that phase of my life of just like the more, and we've just been doing this so long. You know, you start to go like, we can strive for all this stuff we don't really want. We can wait till the stuff that we do comes along, and that's what it feels like.
Well, do you think part of being in the church, not any religion question, but or the energy that he had, that those more of those creative juices were flowing for all of you? Are there, like, you know, those, what do you call them?
Pews? Or
No, like you can't, like a writer's block.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Does that?
Yeah, you
is
know,
that how it
I think it's. I think.
But
I've
pews
talked
will
about-
work.
Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to. I think for him to like, as I've thought about the process and what role he played, his belief was the biggest thing in the sense of us. I think as I wrote things, I think it's really easy. We have a set number of days, and the producer, you can play them a new song. They're like, okay, that's cool. We'll get to it if we have time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that's very much the way, at least my experience has always been. His thing was like, well, what is the best thing at the moment? You know, do you feel really inspired by this? And he could just tell, like, they are inspired by this. I like what I hear. Something's happening. Let's record it right now. I think that it would have been impossible with somebody else like pushing that down. And so that led to more of those things happening.
Yeah.
It felt like every couple of days you're like, I want to go this direction with it. I really, and it's like, he was supportive of that.
Yeah, that protectiveness and openness made it easy for it to just kind of blossom into whatever it was going to be pretty quickly, because it was just a comfortable, safe place to.
He was very encouraging to me too. So it's like, I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I made a lot of records. It's like, you know, but you go in there and I would come out of a vocal take and he's like, man, you know, and he's done Stapleton and all these, I mean, the best singers in the world, in my opinion, you know, and he's like, that's 1% stuff, you know, and it would just make me feel like, God, man, okay, maybe I belong here with some of these artists so I think that we fed off of that a little bit. It's like, we can do this. Like it's, you know, that sounds ridiculous to say after being in a career for 20 years, but you still have that feeling of like, maybe we're not as good as those guys or whatever it is.
Well, I think that just keeps you humble too, right? I don't think
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
People will be saying that about you too. So, well, it is Need to Breathe live from Studio A, live on Facebook and YouTube. And tonight's the show at Mershon Auditorium, and the new album coming out in 35 days or less. I mean, all started in South Carolina, and at this point, you know, at least 5 #1 albums and 3 billion, or by the time I'm reading this, it could be 4 billion career streams, you know, wherever you get your music from, and sold out tours. So we're just so happy to have you back.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Glad to
thanks
be
for
here.
being here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
of course.
we're not done yet, though. We'll chat a little bit more and give another pair of tickets away after this next song. You want to talk a little bit about
Yeah.
this one?
This is the most, I don't know, rock song on the record. Surprising. This is called "Say It Now."
Our history's clothed in blood like a red Corvette. It's hard to ignore, but easy to wind up dead. Our hands are in the fire like a child who hasn't learned to regret. While we're trying to put a smile on with the cameras inside our head. Say it now, say it now, say it now. I'm on my knees. I'm a faded on Our attention is the last frontier on the way out west. We should be circling the wagons, but we're beating on our puffed up chest. In the agony of tracing our steps, we know we've already lost. But there's a way in every desert where the children all can find a cross. Say it now, say it now, say it now. I'm on my knees. I'm a faded army in the sight of my enemy. Oh, say it now, say it now, say it now. I'm on my knees. I can only stand when your outstretched hands are holding me. The veil is broken, the battle's won. But the war seems like it's just begun. Say it now, say it now, say it now. I'm on my knees. I'm a faded army in the sight of my enemy. Oh, say it now, say it now, say it now. I'm on my knees. I can only stand when your outstretched hands are holding me.
Wow. Say it now. It's Need to Breathe joining us live from Studio A, getting a sneak listen for their upcoming album, The Long Surrender, or a sneak peek if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook. And tonight's a show at Mershon Auditorium, caller number 5 right now. Mr. Mike Foley helping out over there. Thank you. 614-821-9223. What is this, the middle of the tour? I didn't check out the...
This is, yeah, I think we're about almost halfway through. So this is actually leg 2 of the tour, too. So we did a tour in the fall, and then now this is the second leg, but we're about halfway through the second leg now. Yeah.
So what's the favorite thing to do on your days off? Not when you're back home necessarily, but if you're traveling and you have a rare day off.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all different. I mean, we have like a coffee club, some of us, so we always go try to find the best cup of coffee in town. And then we do a lot of vintage shopping.
Cool.
Smarty Pants here is the place that I've always
Yeah,
gone.
hey,
So
yeah,
vintage
vintage
stuff.
stuff.
Smarty
Shout
Pants.
out.
I just love
Justina.
saying smarty pants,
Yeah.
you know?
Justina
There's-
Smart, awesome vintage place here. We always go here, get
There's
some
a-
coffee.
There's a good chance we're going to go there right after we
Yes.
leave here. So
Right?
Definitely.
I don't know if you want
we'll
to say
see y'all
that.
there.
No.
Yeah, that's
Josh,
fine.
come on, dude.
I mean, we can hang out.
yeah,
It's
that's
Columbus.
cool.
It's cool to
Smarty
hang out.
Pants is the place before
Yeah.
Mershon Auditorium.
That's a
Tonight.
local place.
Yeah, absolutely. We love supporting that. They support us. That's why we're here. And I'm sure you're fans of public radio and independent radio. So obviously we've
Yep.
taken the time to do this for us. Thank you again for that. And Need to Breathe Cares. Tell us a little bit about that, how that got started and raised almost 10 million.
Yeah, it started. My wife is a nurse practitioner now. She was doing nursing school, family medicine stuff at first, and we ran into a charity that I was living in Charleston, South Carolina. They were doing sustainable healthcare overseas, and so the idea was like they got a nest egg to like go and build it, but it's staffed by people that live there, Nicaragua, Uganda, all these places, and so I visited Uganda the first time. With my wife, because she was like, and I'm not medical, so obviously, so like the blood thing is pretty scary to me. All that was like, but I got there, I was like, man, this is crazy. So many of these problems are solvable. Like in Uganda, like malaria, obviously, and things like that. We're like, man, these pills are not expensive, and the nets they can use. So I was like, it feels like we have the answers to a test in a way. And I thought there was like a long-term idea for like, for really solving the issues. And I think that appealed to me. I had a lot of missionary family. So like grew up with, so I love relief efforts, obviously, but a lot of times that's like I dump it on there and hope that, you know, you can get past the situation, as opposed to like, what does this look like 20 years from now? Like, did we leave this better? So that's how it started. We did a golf tournament because, I mean, we suck at golf, but we were like, that's what people do, you know? So, and it like, we were calling our friends the night before, like, hey, is there any way you can give us like, you know, tickets and passes to this thing or whatever? So we made a live auction, raised like a few $100,000 the first night, and it blew us away. And then obviously you get sort of a little bit addicted to that idea of like, man, if we could bring these people together and these people together. So we've always done like the dollar a ticket thing has always been something that we've done, but we've done posters and T-shirts, and now we are involved with an organization called Four Others. Last few years, does foster care stuff,
Nice.
and it's amazing to me. The same kind of principle. What drew me to that is the idea of like they're not just like, oh, we have this new thing and this is, or this one, you know, state. It's that issue is such a problem across America, obviously. And it's really hard to solve because the state things are different, you know. And so what they're looking at is the organizations that are doing the best, different parts of the country, trying to come alongside them and say, how do we build this out so you can move into the states around you? Like, how do we get the technology to where people know what the problems are? And they have this whole thing called Care Portal, which is insane to me, which is just an app where you can go on, like, you know, a single mother can go in there and say, hey, I don't have a car to take my kids to school or whatever it is. And people locally can reach out to those needs specifically. So I think we've been trying to do that with the Four Others thing, where we take them on tour, we'll ask people, really, you know, do you want to help with this? But we promise you that anything that we raise tonight will stay in your community.
That's so cool.
So, yeah. So anyway, I talked too much about that probably,
No.
but that's,
Thank you for
it's
sharing.
been a really, yeah, I mean, I've got kids now too. It's just like you go home and there's a reason behind what you do, playing music, and that's for me, that's an easier one to say than all the other reasons you do it, you know. It's
Well,
like,
you
hey,
just bring so much joy collectively with your music, and then do so many other good things too. So thank you.
Of course, thank
all
you.
that, doing good things in the world, which we all need,
Yeah.
especially right now. Don't want to get into all that stuff, but and then the insiders, the special club, or for your fans.
Yeah,
You
it's morphed over the year. You know, like we've gotten older for one, but like when it started, it was, you know, can you help us put posters up around town? You know, that's how that really, like, we were playing clubs. It's like we need all the advertisement we can get, and it's turned into more of a. We took Pearl Jam's kind of model a little bit more, where it's so much more about the music. It just like we didn't want people paying just to come say hello to us and shake our hand. That was kind of strange as we got older, especially. So the idea is they get a live track that's unreleased every month. And that's created these things. We put a vinyl out at the end of every year that they can kind of collect that way. So, and it's a lot of times it's B-side, or like we'll find radio interviews that we liked and we'll just put that on there as the song.
Like
for the month.
this one,
Exactly.
we're going to put this out there.
And we
Exactly.
we actually record every show we do. We like have a massive archive, and Randall is actually the guy who helps curate now, and like goes in and finds good performances, and then like helps mix it and put it together, and
Cool.
and gets it to the fans. So every month the insiders get an unreleased special thing that is actually from the band, being like, hey, we like this. You know, you can only get it if you're a fan of if you're part of this
Part
fan
of the
club.
insiders
Yeah,
thing.
it's pretty fun.
That is fun.
And then also when we do big shows, like when we play Red Rocks, they have like insiders like get
Meetups,
together.
basically,
Yeah, they'll all go to dinner and hang out. They're wearing their Needtobreathe shirts, and then they'll all go to the show together. And it's like a cool community that we, you know, it's way bigger than us, but it's cool that they celebrate what we do and
I
find
love
people
it.
that like the same kind of that stuff. So yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That
You
is
can be
fun.
a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna
send you a
sign up.
link. Come on. You're in. Yeah, just talk to Randall after. He'll help you out.
Okay. I'll go to Red Rocks with you. And,
Come on.
Oh my gosh, one of the most. I'm sure everybody agrees.
Incredible.
It's one of the. That's what we hear with all our guests if they've been there, or a dream place. But then, so your these selections that you do. I mean, you feed off each other, right, when you're playing. So I guess you all would agree on which song you choose, right? Or do you just?
We kind of trust Randall.
We
now
are
at this
trusting
point.
Randall.
It's hard. I think it's hard to separate yourself from, like, you know, at least for me, I'm like, oh, that felt like there was a mistake in that little bit or whatever. That's kind of what everybody wants to hear, really. You know, I think that's true about us. As we've keep doing this, and even in the phase we're in now, especially, it's like this, the set lists are changing and the jams are changing night to night. And it's like you start to get a little trust in the fact that like the spontaneity is more important than the perfection. And I think and you want to have a reverence to the fact that like, oh, we'll play in Columbus tonight and these people didn't see the last 3 nights, so you don't want to take away from like playing the songs they know and all those kind of things. But at the same time, I feel like we've like really stepped into that part, of our career, which is fun.
It's Need to Breathe live from Studio A, and the show is tonight at Mershon Auditorium, and Fancy Pants later after.
Smarty Pants.
Or Smarty Pants.
Maybe we'll go to Fancy Pants too.
Smarty
Yeah.
Pants. I'm going to play. There's a couple songs. Ween does a Fancy Pants. That's funny. Smarty, Fancy. I love them both. And, Bear Reinhardt, also known as Wilder Woods. So how do you balance everything? Because it's like a machine out there.
Yeah. I hope it's not a machine, but
No, I mean the
yeah, I know
good
what
kind of.
mean.
You're a
I know what you
machine
mean.
getting out there.
It's tough. There's been times when it's been really tough, but most of the time, I feel like we're taking time off, or, you finish a record and normally I'd be like writing the next record, and nobody wants to hear the songs for the next record while this one's coming out. So it's like I think the cycle of that has made sense. But there's been times where we've done like festivals where, Need to Breathe plays one night and then Waterbloods plays the next night. Okay. That is tough. It's really, I'm not good with lyrics anyway, so that's like 2 sets to try to memorize or whatever. That's a lot. But I think they're both me in a certain way. I think Waterwoods came about because sometimes this band had gotten big and felt like the train left the station in some ways. But we're in a time now where it feels like I'm treating this Need to Breathe stuff like it's the passion project thing. So it'll be interesting to see how I continue that or whatever. I've had a lot of fun with it, obviously.
Nice.
And you learn a lot. You learn a lot of and you learn to appreciate, like obviously Waterwoods plays smaller venues and stuff like that. Yeah. So you learn how tough it can be out there again, after you've already gone through that thing. And so it's a real thankfulness to be back with the guys.
That's awesome. Well, before I let you go, would you share like a memory from your first gig or your first paying gig? Was there 3 people there? Were there 10 people? 100?
For a very long time, honestly, we were not quick to figure out how to do all this. I mean, we were from a small town, South Carolina. One that I remember vividly, just because it was so embarrassing, was actually the radio station in town was like a pop rock kind of, it's called B93.7. I remember it like it was yesterday. And they had this like some sort of deal where our first record on Atlantic comes out. And they're like, we're going to have a big show to showcase the new major label band in town, right? It's not like we have a bunch of fans or anything, but like they're like, we're going to do this. We're going to do it in the parking lot of the Walmart in your hometown, right? So you can imagine it's already, but we're like, maybe that'll be cool. We're in Seneca. It's like, there'll be a few hundred people there, hopefully. Well, we get there, it rains. So we've been like practicing for this thing like it's, like it is Red Rocks. And we get out there and it rains. And so they're like, well, we don't, and there's hundreds of people show up. It's like kids that we know and stuff. And so they're like, well, let's take it inside. So they put us kind of like across from the produce section inside. And so now this is not electric anymore. Now this is acoustic, whatever we can bring inside. And there are people walking by that I knew that didn't know we were going to be playing there. They just were at Walmart. They're like, oh, hey, what are you doing here?
With your guitar.
So there's lots of those kind of memories to keep us humble. Yeah.
Is there footage of that? That would be.
There is. We played a place in Boise, Idaho too. I remember one of the first things, and they were like, you guys are going to be playing. It's a ladies' night at this club or something like that, right? So we're like, okay, it's 2 acoustic guitars when we go in there, and they're doing, I think they called it something different, but they said, show your butt for cash was the competition. It's on the dance floor in the middle, right? And so it's unbelievable what's happening there, right? So and not packed or anything. It's 30 or 40 people there, and yeah, it's like a dance competition sort of, but so the saddest, and so it clears out, and they put 2 chairs right in the middle of the dance floor, like not near where the speakers should be or any of that. And the guy comes over the intercom thing. He's like, Atlantic recording artists need to breathe. It's like it just goes straight hard cut to us playing acoustic songs in this place. And this guy, he's probably 15 feet from us because he's off the dance floor, and he's yelling, tell him to turn it up. he's screaming out while we're playing the acoustic thing. So we had lots of interesting.
And he actually won the shake the show
Yeah,
your butt
no
for
one
cash. He
asked-
won
people
it.
asked
This is
that,
great.
but-
Yeah,
We need
he
a
won it.
fundraiser for that here.
Yeah, seriously.
Can you relive
Call us
that?
when you need that.
Super classy.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your music and being here today and making me smile, and just so lucky to have you back. So
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very
and
much.
congratulations. Can't wait to hear more. And a couple songs out there, and we heard that new one, awesome new one, Say It Now. And what about this last one?
I'll play another new one if that's all right. It's
Yeah.
This is the last song on the record. I'm tired and I'm angry at the nature of it all. Trying just to find myself a breath. It's hard to see the meaning, maybe it's just like you said. The day was just a little better than my best. In the face of my depression, I can hardly see the sun peeking out behind the wreckage that gets left. I can't easily forget it, no, it ain't just in my head. Today was just a little better than my best. So strike a chord, sing a song, let the paint dry on the picture, holding on to the promises. Yes and amen, 'cause in this life we'll be troubled. There's no time for us to mourn. Just strike a chord, sing a song, spread the ashes. Yeah. Always think that I am humble till the moment passes by. Brought the fire I can't control inside my chest. Sweet reminders of the growing up that hasn't happened yet. The day was just a little better than my best. So strike a chord, sing a song, let the paint dry on the picture, holding on to the promises of yes and amen. 'Cause in this life we'll be troubled, but there's no time for us to mourn. Strike a chord, sing a song, spread the ashes. So we leave you with a message, fellow passengers of pain. Never bite the hand, no matter how you're fed. When the saints that call back home and all this wickedness is dead, we will meet you somewhere better than our best. Strike